It's another, just curve of guys plus a couple removal spells. Han is playing a singleton Bonfire of the Damned. His mana base is 12 Swamp, 8 Duels, and 3 Cavern of Souls.
Okay.
And yeah, he's up a game currently. This is a matchup where I would not want to be on Soorani's side of the table.
No.
No way.
No way. The aggression in this deck is scary. I mean, we do see an Augur Bolus in play, and that does a really nice job against the 2/2s.
All the idiots.
Yeah, all the stupid zombies that are attacking. But at the same time, it's also going to turn on Tragic Slip to take care of the Augur, and it's going to do a nice job of blocking for one turn, but maybe not very many after that. So as we join our game here, we see that Talleyrand is in play, as well as Augur on Shaheen's side. You guys may not be able to see past the glare very well, but that is a Geralt's Messenger on Han's side, as well as what looks to be a Highborn Ghoul.
I can't tell if it's a Highborn Ghoul or a Gravecrawler.
Okay. Brimstone Volley, point, click, dead.
Yeah, it's definitely a Highborn Ghoul if he's attacking into the 1/3.
Sure.
All right. Figure that one out pretty fast.
Genius.
Chump attack. All right.
He's gonna keep going. The thing about Shaheen's deck is it's just the pressure that this red black zombie deck puts on is so much. It's so intense.
And he can actually break up the powerful stuff that Soorani's doing as well.
Yeah.
Like
he can break up Talleyrand. He can answer Delver well enough. And worst of all is that part of what makes Shaheen's deck so good is Phyrexian mana.
Yeah, and you get punished.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it if I'm playing red black zombies. Cast all the gut shots you want, man.
Yeah.
So can't get a really good look at Han's hand right now. I see a
Mortapod. Another complete nightmare versus Soorani.
And a nightmare full of nightmares. This is another one.
Mortapod and Highborn Ghoul is also the bee's knees. Although I believe Soorani has a Snapcaster in his deck, so he can Snapcaster Gut Shot and block the Messenger, which is not a horrible turn.
No, it's not the worst turn in the world. I mean, it is still going to be dealing 2 points of damage, but it's not the worst turn in the world.
Well, Soorani has I believe he has the blue Planeswalker in his hand, so you can actually stabilize the board here. Then Tiamo can start locking down the Messenger, and then maybe he can start taking over from there.
It's possible.
The problem is keeping the board clear. I mean, it's hard for him to protect his Planeswalker.
Yes, and he does put his 5th land directly into play, so this should be Tamio shutting down Messenger. I believe that other zombie on next to the Messenger is Gravecrawler.
Yeah, it's a Gravecrawler.
No, that guy's not untapping right now, but it is going to put him down to 8, assuming that he's going to attack him and not Tamio.
I believe that's someone who just drew a Bonfire.
You think that's how that works?
I mean, it's a pretty sweet slow roll otherwise.
I don't think, you don't think it's a land, do you?
No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah. I don't think this is a good time to cast Bonfire. Depending on the rest of the cards in his hand, this isn't an ideal
Yeah, it just depends what the rest of his turn looks like. It would be one thing if that plus an attack would take out a Planeswalker, but if it's not doing that, then...
Yeah.
A Bonfire is some greedy action in this deck, man. I mean, obviously, the upside is huge, but...
I think it
is a challenge to cast your spells.
I don't like it in this deck at all. I mean, first of all, the mana base is bad, as you said. You'd only have 8 sources of red mana. Second of all, hardcasting a Bonfire in this deck, it's a dream if you hardcast it for 2.
Yeah.
You're living the good life if you hardcast it for 2, and if you're miracling it, how much are you miracling for? 3, maybe 4?
All right.
So it doesn't look like he opted to cast Bonfire, which means he has some other options in his hand.
Yeah. I mean, he's stalled on land, so I would assume that we'd have something better to do than just deal 2 to your Planeswalker go.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I think that if you're Han, I don't even consider attacking Tamio. I think you just have to get Shaheen dead. Attacking him is just going to be basically a fog.
Yeah, he's going right after him.
Now, it does suck that he's going to be able to draw 2, potentially 3 cards, depending on what zombies he puts into play this turn, but...
Another Highborn Ghoul.
And don't forget about the Mortapod that he does have in play as well. I know we can't see it on screen, but that damage is going to add up.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna...
Tamio's gonna peel 2. That's gonna be an Ink Moth.
You can trade with the Highborn Ghoul, which is nice.
Yeah, it's one of the few ways he has to deal with it outside of Gut Shot, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 4 mana, could be Talleyrand time again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Returns. How many instants?
All the instants.
All right, so Han's going to be able to make a nice attack here. Going to be able to send everything.
I mean, he can't sit.
No, I mean, he's got to go straight at Shaheen here and just see what's in his hand.
Yeah.
Your guys don't do anything but attack.
Yeah.
So.
You're playing idiots. You're playing
Mono
doofuses.
doofus. I would not cast anything before combat. Don't let him leak something before combat.
That doesn't have much of an impact on the board. I'm not sure why now. I mean, if he has Tragic Slip, that's the only reason. I guess it can take care of the Ink Month Access that I don't think he'd be blocking with this turn anyway.
Yeah, it would be insane if he was blocking. Yeah. Okay.
Insane achieved. Take my shot at it? Okay.
All right, paid off.
Like we said earlier, been wrong before.
Yeah, gonna be wrong again.
Yeah.
This is never gonna stop.
Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop.
I mean, that play, the upside is insane for Han, but it is showing not a ton of respect for the quality of Soorani's hand.
Yeah. Not scared of Dalaran at all. He's gonna get to draw 3 here with Tamio.
I mean, they weren't good before. They're not going to be good this time.
Yeah. What can you draw? Show me. Do your worst with your mono blue deck against my board.
All right. Let's see what's up.
That's the thing. He has a board presence. It's not like he has like a Wrath to play around or something. You know, the worst he could do is Devastation Tide, and that's not in his deck list.
A fitting way for Soorani to go out is just drew a million cards, has a million mana in play, and a million cards in hand, and just losing to this board of idiots.
Yeah, you know what Shaheen's thinking right now. If I was playing Esper, I would be crushing
I would have
this
cursed
guy.
to death hold this guy 6 turns ago.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be talking about it
I would have
right now.
Soorani in play, and I would have followed up with Gideon,
Yeah.
and this guy's creatures would have been embarrassing.
Yeah. They would have been dead, and the ones that weren't dead would have been irrelevant.
Yeah.
Ooh, a Spellskite. That would have been good 7 turns ago.
Yeah,
But
it's not the worst.
I mean,
It's not the best. Makes Highborn Ghoul look dumb.
a lot of things make Highborn Girl look
Yeah,
dumb.
True. Here's the problem for Shaheen. Outside of the board state,
Right.
Han is at 20.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
He's drawing pretty live also with his Mortapods.
Yeah, with his Mortapods, his zombies in play for his Gravecrawler.
We're pretty confident he's got a bonfire for 1 still hanging out in the hand somewhere.
Probably an Aristocrat. He's waiting for a 4th land. He's in pretty good shape, all things considered. This seems like a very tough matchup for
Oh yeah, this matchup is not. There's a couple cards that the zombie deck cares about, and none of them are in Shaheen's deck.
Sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably have a Vapor Snag in a moment.
Sure.
The fact that when you can, you know that you're doing well when you can literally afford to ignore Tamio, let it draw 2 cards, then 3 cards, and you're just like, yeah, you're not even close to winning.
All right,
Yeah,
and there's
there
a
it is.
concession.
Sure.
So 2 copies of Red-Black Zombies moving on to play in the semifinals tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a real deck. It's very real.
And they are in the same bracket, so we're guaranteed to have 1 in the finals.
Okay. With the opportunity for one of these Red Black Zombies players to actually win the tournament.
Zombies.
So I'm sure you're stoked about this.
It's nice. I mean, their lists are some amount different than the ones that I've been working on. I feel Han's deck is a little bit too much on the expensive side. Like I think he has too many 4s in the deck, and the bonfire is not where I want to be. But I mean, the core of the deck is just the same. You know what I mean?
Sure. And I think the core of the deck is going to relatively stay the same for most players.
Yeah. The big question mark is like, do you want banishes against more burn spells? Because there's a lot of threat cards that are just